Hey, what's up? It's the BK Show. I'm Brittany.
I'm Kendall.
And I'm Mike.
And we all forgot that Post Malone was engaged.
What?
Did we all have collective head injuries? Because I do not remember this man being engaged.
Same.
And now we're getting the alert of, hey, guys, I know that you're going to be bummed, but Post Malone has called off his engagement, to which we all said, huh? What engagement? New phone, who dis? So his fiance and baby mama are all an unknown person. They haven't said her name in the public. They've kind of kept that to themselves. Mm-hmm. Well, it's officially now over because he has a new girlfriend.
This is so wild. Like, I had this same conversation that we're having right now with my husband last night, and then my mom texting the group chat this morning, like, did we know Posty had a fiance? Because my mom is a big Posty fan. And I had literally zero idea. So, like, sorry. I feel bad. Like, that we didn't give her proper salutations?
Yep.
Congratulations.
Like, hello. We actually, you're right. Salutations would have been step one. Is hi. Hi.
And then our congratulations, and now our I'm so sorry.
Also,
condolences.
This is probably, I actually think this then leads more into the blindeds are right, and where people want to be seen, they can be seen, and if people don't want to be seen, they don't want to be seen. This is definitely proof if you want to have if you're not a celebrity, you want to have a private relationship or do things privately, there's a way. So when we see these, holding hands in, New York, where they're got like a random coffee cup as well that's empty. We know they're going out of their way for that.
Gosh.
And he got engaged 4 years ago.
Yeah, 2021. Okay, I thought it was 2020. Dang.
2021 is when they got engaged. So again, this is, like you said, you don't want to tell anybody, you don't have to.
Like,
he's been everywhere lately.
Yeah, how many songs did he write about her and we didn't even know?
That's true.
I can promise you Levi Jeans is not one of them. That's for Beyonce. Just looking like he has a new relationship, a woman named Christy Lee. We've gone to a place of Perez Hilton has used now LinkedIn, which is my biggest enemy for some reason. I yell about LinkedIn all the time because LinkedIn messages me a lot being like, hey, you got a message. And I'm like, I'm not a professional. Like, they made me make one of these in college, and now I still have one.
But when you think of professionals, you think of Perez Hilton.
So he went to a place of LinkedIn to say that she is a student at the Parsons School of Design and has worked with some celebs, including Bella Thorne, Brooks Nader, and Charlotte McKinney.
Hot chicks. She's worked with some hot chicks.
But also, that's her writing her own LinkedIn, so we don't really know what that means.
The journalistic effort, though, by Perez Hilton and his team.
And team, you mean him, right?
Yeah. Thanks, Perez.
Thanks, Perez. So, Post Malone, we didn't remember you were engaged, and now we have to act sad that you're not. Yeah, Mike.
And the first time he asked whether or not his wife or his previous fiance wanted to get engaged, he didn't remember it either. Because he joined Alex Cooper's podcast called Her Daddy.
Yeah.
This was back in 2023, and asked about when he got engaged. And he said, hey, I was like, you want to marry me? Now, this is at a point where I had lost a ton of money and I was hammered drunk. She then said, no, ask me again tomorrow. And he said, all right.
Okay.
The next morning, he remembered it, got sober, asked her again, and she says, okay, let's do it. Now, again, this was his previous fiance, who now they're ex-fiance, but that's a fun story.
We still don't know her name.
We don't know her name at all. No, we didn't mention that part.
I feel weirdly bad that we're like, hey, he's got a new girlfriend that we've named and we found her LinkedIn, and like the fiance, we just...
No, but that's not a bad thing for everybody. If that's obviously, if she wanted to be known, she wouldn't take much. She didn't want it, and that's pretty successful in my eyes.
And he's probably going to respect that. I mean, the two do have the kid together, so they're still going to have to very much be a part of each other's lives.
So you have a cute kid with somebody who's doing well, and you had a relationship. I mean, if you want to be a private person, that's ideal. Like, she doesn't have to worry about any of the weird stuff that, us attention whores would have to worry about. Because I'd be like, I'm his girlfriend.
That song's about me.
Totally.
Every day. That would be my flex on every first date.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I don't, like, tell me something about yourself. Well, I've been engaged before. Oh, okay. Like, for how long? Well, you know that song by Post Malone, Flowers? Like,
yeah.
that's about me.
Because
cool.
I used to bang Post Malone, to be clear. Post Malone and I have done the horizontal dance.
Hey, baby.
Oh, you don't want to go on a second date? I'm fine with that.
You know that tattoo beneath his lip? That's actually my name.
I have made him overtired. Isn't that the one that says on his face, or so tired?
It was me.
It was me. I did it.
Okay, speaking of exes, Jessica Simpson dropped a little teaser for her new album. The song is Leave. It's called Leave. And now what's funny is all the different write-ups about this song will say, like, it suggests that her former husband may have cheated on her. Girl, it don't suggest anything. It is straight up. Here's a little taste of the song Leave.
Yeah, no. There's no hinting here. She literally says, when you were inside me thinking of her, matrimony. So it's not like he's saying that,
Nope. Yep.
you moved on too quickly.
Mm-mm.
There's a reference to we are married and she's on her knees.
Uh-huh. The very next verse, she goes, something along the lines of like, were you having fantasies of her? Well, like, were you having fantasies of her? Were you letting her try on my clothes in my closet while I wasn't home? Like, it was, it's wild. It's like, she's not alleging, she's not leading you to believe. Like, no, this girl is like, hi, hello, my name is Jessica Simpson. My ex-husband, Eric, cheated on me. And that's why Eric Johnson and I, Jessica Simpson, got divorced.
It would only be clearer if she bought 3 puppets that she named other woman, husband, Jessica, and showed us in detail the things that went down.
When
because
I said inside of me.
here is what I meant. Here's a roadmap. Here's a timeline. No, there's no hinting.
Mm-mm.
And I love that. That's my favorite kind of music. Like,
So good.
I love that. I just say it. Just say it. Because guess what? We've probably been through it, or somebody's been through it. So just say the thing.
And like the fact that she's teasing just a couple of songs, and this is the one. Brilliant job on her team's part, because now I want to listen to the whole album, and I didn't really care before. But now I'm like, what else does she have to say about her ex-husband? That's like dirty. I mean, that's dirty.
And
In like a good way.
And also, I need you to spill the tea because your voice has never been my favorite.
Right.
I know that's like me. It's just not my jam.
No.
And I get it. Like, there's singers that I like that I'm like, I know they're not the best singers, but first thing about, I've never been a huge fan of Jessica Simpson. Sorry.
It's okay. You're
okay.
forgiven.
Thank you. We got to talk about this cop. The cop who almost ruined the tour. What tour? The world tour. He was named Officer of the Year. If you remember back in 2024, June, we had Justin Timberlake get a DUI, which now is not a DUI because it's like driving while distracted because of all the lawyers that got involved. Back in Sag Harbor, he was pulled over by Michael Arkinson. Mm-hmm. Michael Arkinson did not know who this man was when he pulled him over.
Nope.
And Justin Timberlake went to a place of, this is going to ruin the tour, where Michael said, what tour? Like, what are you talking about? And very sulkily, Justin said, the world tour. And it's one of my favorite quotes. I use it a lot around people who don't know what I'm talking about. And just to throw a little shade his way, especially because it's got now diminished to, I can't even remember now what the actual charge is. They made sure to throw some shade his way by giving Mr. Arkinson Officer of the Year at Sag Harbor.
I mean, bravo.
I know.
You know, who else was up for the award? Like Tommy G, he helped Marjorie walk down the stairs when it was really icy out.
Someone
this
saved,
fall.
somebody saved a cat. They said, you know what? You're going to get it next year, Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
Johnson,
you did a great job.
We think you're great. We got to give this to the guy who took down Justin Timberlake.
And made us all look kind of cool.
Yeah.
It was also like, I never saw a photo of him, but I went, is he devilishly handsome?
He's cute.
Because in my mind, he's
young.
like young enough that he doesn't know who Justin Timberlake is.
I feel like he has red hair, and I may have made that up.
So I don't need to see a picture. In my mind, devilishly handsome.
Yes, he's a really cute redhead, like a really hot redhead.
Cute.
I was like, I may have made that up. I remember seeing him back in the day. Young, redheaded, buff as hell. Yes, To you, we salute you, Michael Arkinson, because you gave me one of my favorite quotes.
What tour?
What tour? The World Tour.
They dropped it to a DWAI, driving while ability impaired. And that is usually where it falls in between the 0.05 and 0.08.
And
so you were impaired. You made poor decisions and poor judgment based on the fact that you weren't over the legal limit, although he probably was.
And then we got another great moment where Justin Timberlake, right after the sentencing, which got reduced an insane amount, he told us different modes of transportation as if it was green eggs and ham.
Bus.
You could take a bus. You could take an Uber. You could take a
plane.
Take a bike.
Take a train.
It was like, where are we? Oh yeah, I forget. And I was shocked. I was shocked when people with a lot of money have privilege. That shocked me, guys. Oh wait. Also, another secret being held back, and I think this is actually going to affect our show, and we might have to start adding this in. Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi is not actually Millie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
B.
She is Millie Bonnie Brown Bon Jovi.
Stop.
I had this.
Millie Bonnie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
Yes.
Millie Bonnie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
From now on.
MBBBB.
MBBBB.
Question mark? One more? I'm not sure.
I think that's it.
I don't know. I lost count. I lost count of the men.
Wow. Why'd she drop a Bonnie?
Simply that for S and giggles, and that's it. And Bobby is her father's name, so she thought it'd be cuter to be Millie Bobby Brown instead of Millie Bonnie Brown.
Oh, so she wasn't originally 3 Bs to 4 to 3.
She was originally Millie Bonnie Brown. Changed it to Millie Bobby Brown, and she's never officially. We've added the Bon Jovi for our show, so we can go ahead. If we've already changed it once, I think we have legally the wiggle room to add a more. So now she is Millie Bonnie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi for our show.
Perfect.
Bonnie Bobby Brown Bon Jovi.
Please note this accordingly when you're talking to a Brittany,
How did this even
Kendall,
come out that she just was like, hey, yeah, by the way, that's not even actually my real name? Because usually celebrities don't just randomly put it out. Like, is she going to be in something, Mike?
Yeah, she's doing press for Electric State. I think it just actually dropped. This is the one that she's doing with, it's either this week or next week. It's the Russo brothers, the guys who did like the Avengers.
Yeah.
They are working with Chris Pratt and Millie Bobby Bonnie Brown Bon Jovi to do this new movie on Netflix.
So
this is the one where she's been doing the media rounds in general for?
Yeah.
She actually brought this up, and that's when Chris Pratt was like, oh, really? I didn't know that. So it was her and Chris Pratt interacting during an interview.
I've heard nothing about this movie. Really. I mean, like, which would explain why she's like, I'm going to tell him.
Well, Mike, didn't you
tell him?
Tell us something about it.
I mean, we've been discussing it for a while. It's got a $320 million budget.
Yeah, that's what it
This
was.
is
Something crazy about that.
Massive movie from a budget standpoint. It's a Netflix, it's in the vein of, it seems super. It kind of, I don't know exactly how to describe it. It's an adventure movie, again, from the directors of Endgame. It's a retro futuristic version of the 1990s, where she is an orphan teenager navigating life in a society where robots resembling cartoons and mascots actually roam peacefully among humans.
I kind of think it sounds good.
If only that had been the case in the 90s. I mean, we didn't have cell phones. Life was just better.
Yeah.
I'm intrigued.
It looks a lot like the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh.
You had a lot of these like mascots and these like robots that look like the Five Nights at Freddy's guys.
Yeah.
But again, it seems like it's a big world.
But it's going straight to Netflix?
It is a Netflix exclusive movie, yes. But you've got, there's a character voiced by Anthony Mackie. You've got Chris Pratt is her co-star. Kiwi Kwan is in this. It is a who's who.
Stanley Tucci.
Stanley Tucci is a
you had
part
me
of
at
it.
Stanley Tucci.
Yeah.
Why don't we
Woody
start
Harrelson.
with that?
Huge names when it comes to the voiceovers.
Okay.
I'm excited. This comes out in a week. I could see me and Finn watching this for sure.
Mike, speaking of Netflix movies, I don't know if we ever did a follow-up on this, and I know you're going to have to look it up a bit.
Sure.
How much money did Red One end up making? Because that is the only other movie I can think of that this one, $320 million budget. It's $250 million budget. But that we've been making fun of.
We didn't ever get to find out because we don't know with the streaming. That was the issue. So they hit they hit a really good point when they took it out of theaters into streaming, but they've definitely surpassed it after this. Like, we don't know the price that they got to go to streaming.
Yes. So the budget, and this is pre-marketing budget, but the budget was around 250 million from a box office standpoint. So this is just in theaters. Globally, it did right under 200 million. So it almost made its money back just from being in the box office. Now, again, this is and this one is actually Amazon. So it's Amazon MGM Studios. You're going to be able to watch this on Prime, and it's, we agree it's maybe the best Christmas action film. They're going to be getting residuals off of this and getting love off of this for the next 20 years when people watch this.
Best Christmas action film. I'm sorry, have you seen Home Alone?
One of, I said, and that's not really action.
I'll tell you what, I'd be more excited to watch Red One again than Home Alone again.
What about The Grinch? Because there's definitely some action there. He has to climb all the way up a mountain.
Well, yeah, I'm telling you guys, Red One might have been
a solid movie.
It might have been my favorite movie of the year.
That's a hot take.
Because I watched it with my 2 nephews, my brother-in-law, my sister, and my mom, and we all agreed this is a great movie. Like, we all went on that ride. We'd watch the Polar Express, and then we watched this one.
Okay, well, that was there's your problem.
But my nephew Ike loves the Polar Express, so we all have to pretend that it doesn't kind of creep us out. It's the uncanny valley of it all.
And keep in mind, the very first weekend it was available on Amazon Prime, it did 50 million global viewers. It was the biggest movie to ever premiere on Prime in history. So they're doing okay.
Yeah. They made
Red One did what it needed to do.
And we were invested. Like, at this point, we had talked so much crap. This is the first time I had to eat crow on a level of the Honora of it all. Like, this is the one where it was pretty bad for me. And to go full circle and go, I love this movie. One day my next kid, Red One. That's its name.
Did you hear the news, Brittany? Your boss's boss.
Oh, I know.
Loves Honora.
I broke it to her. She was like, what?
The man I would follow into war, Dan Seaman, I love him so much.
Yeah.
I can't, literally next commercial break, I'm going to have a talk with him. I'm confused. I don't know who this man is. What?
He loved it.
I want to know why.
He said, and he also said he was happy with all their awards, that Demi Moore should have won Best Actress, but that Mikey Madison was his second choice.
He's wild for this.
And he's seen all the movies. He did clarify, too, that he saw all of them.
I don't know. He's a broad stroke guy, so I want to start really like, what do you mean?
Well, he then dropped the hot take that he absolutely despised and hated Dune 2. So I was like, oh, your Nora take kind of goes out the window a little bit.
Dune 2 is so good. I've been watching it really slow because we've been watching so much stuff.
Yeah.
Today, I felt like I identified with the desert rat. That's who I am now. Tell us about Abby Lee.
Abby Lee Miller. You guys remember Dance Moms, Abby Lee Miller. Then she was, after the show, she was like embroiled in scandal for a long time. And like, we're talking legal scandal. Well, she's back. She's talking. She's yapping. And who is she yapping about to get us to talk about her again? The one and only Taylor Swift. So Abby Lee Miller said that she always found Taylor's dance moves difficult to watch.
Fearless.
She said she changed choreographers to Mandy Moore, not the singer, the choreographer.
Yeah.
And Mandy Moore is kind of known for, in the dance world, she's like strict jazz. So the new age of being like a lot more open and with what you want to do choreographically. Like she's like, nope, pop, fun, move like a jazz dancer, which you can see in the tour, right?
Yeah.
Like that's what it looks like.
But yeah.
So Abby Lee Miller said, here's the deal. I think Mandy Moore is a genius because she had the intelligence to have Taylor kind of stand and do her own thing and let the other dancers be working in couples or trios or this and that around her rather than a whole group of dancers and Taylor doing the same choreography because that is where she got into trouble in the past.
I'm not disagreeing with Abby Lee.
I haven't seen Taylor's old stuff.
I'm just saying, like, Taylor's dancing is it's not going to be the freaking Tate McRae of it all.
No.
I can't believe I used the right version.
Nicely done.
I have been listening to her a lot, so now I'm like, Tate McRae is such a cute nickname. Okay, but anyways, Taylor Swift, she's tall, awkward, and my favorite thing about her is not when she does the dance moves, is when she's like, you know, in folklore mode, and it's almost like Florence and the Machines, the like dramatic arms, like back when we still knew each other, haunting was, you know, like the whole drama.
Yeah.
I'm not going there to watch her pop lock drop it. And I don't think many Swifties are going to go, her dancing is the epitome. She does a 20-minute dance break. I mean, the time when she does Vigilante S, that song, and she does the slow motion chair drop, it's hot. But like, is it the hardest dance move in the history of the world? No, it's actually surprising that she goes that sexy. So we kind of love it. But I don't think any Swiftie is going to sit and go, listen, did she use her stage? Yes. She's tall, athletic. She can has the freaking cardio of a god in high heels for 3.5 hours. Mm-hmm. Yes. But is she breaking any world records for dance dancing? Not at all. It's never, yeah. I mean, she's on a Roomba for one of hers where she's,
Roomba.
you know, like, we love it. Who's afraid of little me with the mirror Roomba? Perfect. Love it.
Abby was a little shady boots about it too. She was like, I'm just trying to judge the choreography, but actually I'm just like watching her. She's always a beat behind. She's turning on her feet. She's all hunched over, all that. And I'm like, she has
terrible posture. Taylor Swift is like me. She hunches over. That's what happens. Once you hit 5'10", you just...
It just cracks me up. I'm like, Abby Lee Miller, you just being all shady boots. That's just...
She's not wrong, but you're right.
Help herself.
Yeah.
She just can't help herself.
Hey, if you're worried about Natalie Portman in the divorce...
I've not thought a minute about it, but now should I be?
Well, because she had a rough go. She was, I think... Well, okay, this is allegedly. Benjamin Millepied, I know his name is something else because it's French, but that's what we've been calling him. He pretty publicly cheated on her, and she kind of stepped back from the public eye for a while. And then came out and was like, I'm single, we're divorced. And I think that was a hard situation for her. But now that the divorce is finalized and she's ready to go now with her next hot Frenchman, and she has found said Frenchman. They have confirmed that she's a new romance with a famous French music producer. And he is like that dangerous kind of hot shaved head. He really like holds her like, don't worry, doll, I got you kind of vibe, especially compared to kind of the straight laced ex. This guy's hot. And this guy's like kissing and touching her in public. And it doesn't seem, Mike, you can tell me if it's wrong. This doesn't feel like they are purposely doing this, but you tell me.
She's definitely got a type. Let's not forget, Benjamin is a French choreographer and dancer, and that's where they met when they were working on the Black Swan. So she maybe got a type, but no, I agree with you. I think this is great, and I don't think it's if she needed to go the publicity route or publicationship route, and we have seen her. I think wasn't she like sharing ciggies with Jeremy Allen White or somebody? She was doing something with somebody with like an A-lister. And I was like, we got the publicationship side. When you are with some random French, not saying random, he's huge in France, but for us, like this isn't your normal publicationship A-lister, insert him here. I think this is probably legit.
Yeah, me too.
Whatever happened to Benjamin? Not that anyone really cares, but did he end up with this woman that he cheated on her with? Do we know?
I don't think we followed up on Benjamin. I know they've got kids together and stuff, but I don't think like we've got our fingers on the pulse of Benjamin. They were married for 11 years.
I remember because they actually filed, was it 2 years ago?
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, okay. It took a while. It took a while for the divorce, but yeah, it was a bad one because it was very public, and I think especially over there, they have different laws with paparazzi, so it was like very much so in Natalie Portman's face, like this man cheated. This man did her wrong.
Who cheats on Natalie Portman? Who cheats on anyone? I'm just saying, like. Natalie Portman?
You guys heard it here first. If you don't look like Natalie Portman, Kendall believes you should be cheated.
Then maybe you should be like, look at myself.
What's wrong with me? Kendall's like blaming either the kids or like you getting older. So like really take that in.
Think about Botox, okay?
What? How dare you get older on your husband?
Your man needs a young woman. God.
I just love that idea that you were going, you guys, not like I think anyone should be cheated on.
Like, I just want to set the tone here correctly.
Last October, we did see Benjamin out with a unnamed mystery woman sharing a little PDA session. So he has been out and about.
50-50 custody. So when you don't have the kids, do it up.
Just do your thing. Is she a French citizen because of him? I have a lot of follow-up questions.
You do?
I'm sorry. I can't help myself.
I didn't know if she was on the line to answer that. Did we get her? Because neither me or Mike are going to know that. I was waiting for her to respond. I assume she was
curious.
She on line one? How the
curious.
hell would we know that?
I don't know. Maybe read some article. Be like, Natalie Portman, because she lives in France, because she's a French citizen.
The gossip rags I read do not inform me if she is a French citizen or not.
Natalie Portman speaks English, French, German, Japanese, Arabic, and Hebrew.
I love her so much.
Dang.
Where'd she go? Harvard, right? That's where she's.
See, people won't cheat on you if you speak 6 languages.
Oh,
but you
yeah,
only speak
yeah.
5. It's a free for all.
There you go.
Take a look at yourself, Natalie.
Yeah, take a peek.
Do better.